Maybe we can get this worked out real quick. It's as big as that goes. I gotta turn that down. Sorry, I'm sitting here jamming, trying to figure it all out, and it went live. I hit it, so it is what it is. We're live now, like it or not, in the house. What's going on, people? I will catch up to speed on the news in a minute. Hold on, I got to get that audio right. It's gonna hit so hard to have y'all flexing, knock you off your. If you're at the desk, it'll knock everything off your desk there. Hold on, and that's -8 on the bass too. Let's see. I may just have to leave it there. Let's see. Wait, negative. I go -12 and turn the volume down. That's what I'll do. We'll get it worked out. We'll get the audio set. Something like that. Okay. Okay, I got a couple people in the room here. Well, first off, I'm sitting here trying to do a live, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, freaking famous people, man, because you know how it is, right? Only my truck. Yeah. So my location got compromised. I had to fall back. They got away with a cigar and intel. So, you know, it is what it is. I was under attack by famous people. That kind of happens. So, but now I'm back on the train tracks here with this news stuff here. And let's see what we got here. Shout out to Frenchie and Red on their channel. Y'all check them out. They're going places. Me, I'm just sitting in one spot right now. All right, so here's what we got. An airplane, and I think this was sabotage. I don't believe that. Here's the thing. I'll find a link to this other plane that the NTSB, yeah, Frenchie and Red, what up, Trough? Man, look, the way I'm telling it, you absconded with my freaking ammo, man. You took my cigar. Anyway, it's all good. Smoke them if you got them. I know you got one. So look here, it's all good. Cheers, we'll both have one, right? So here's the thing. Back when an airplane that was, I'm not sure if it was California. I'll have to look at exactly. I want to say it was LaGuardia. Somehow this plane took off and went off the runway. No, it was the Florida Everglades. I think it was. You're good here. I appreciate it. Mac Loves Life. I appreciate it. So appreciate audio check too. So, and I'm showing one in the room. Google, you're so bipolar. You see how I'm going to have 2 comments and 1 in the room. You know, I got about 20 and 100. Google, just get over yourself. For real, put the numbers up and quit playing. Censorship. It's banned in the USA. Anyway, so the airplane, I want to say it was the Everglades because I know one crashed in the Everglades. And this was an airplane that they had to research this. They had to figure out why it caught on fire after it had taken off and then in no time crashed. Well, they found out. They backwards engineered. The NTSB goes out there and picks up all kinds of pieces of airplanes, and they can figure this stuff out. They're good. They're good at what they do. They put every single piece back together, and they went back on the maintenance logs, and they found out that there was a guy in there who was pencil whipping his job. In other words, he didn't really pump up the tires to the amount of pressure they were supposed to have. He just checked off that they had it. Well, if you've got low air pressure on an airplane tire, it goes down the runway, it gets hot, and then it caught on fire or got hot enough to smoke and catch on fire, but they took it up into the underbelly of the plane and the plane caught on fire. And that's what blew that plane up. It got the fuel cell and then bam, because it's fully laden with fuel. So what happened in this situation, somehow magically, they are missing a tire? No. That's sabotage. The other one was maintenance. The other one was lack of maintenance, if you call it that. This was sabotage. There's no way you're going to make me believe that a wheel would come off. A tire can come off the rim. The wheel coming off the plane? No way. The torque put on them? Same as this truck I'm in. They're up there. Listen to me, people. This is an Israeli plane. All the countries around there that surround them are all, they chant death to Israel and all this shit. They don't like them. This was sabotage. But I'm going to let you watch how prepared they were for that plane. Now, this is prepared. And this is, YWN, Yeshiva World News, which is an Israeli news station that's going to show this. And then I'm going to get into a couple of other things. And one of them is going to be that religion that they're trying to push on you called automated trucks. That will never happen. It's demoralizing drivers. It's got drivers, even one that I know sent me a link to one. It's so fake, it's not funny. I can pick it apart. And me and Kid are going to go do a whole live on that in a few days here when I can get time, because I know he's ready anytime. He'll just, off the cuff tell you about that. It's, we will go through every single point of why they will never have automated trucks. I mean, never. I could tell you it's got applications. I can tell you it's good that they're researching what they're doing. Think drones, and then you'll be on the same page as me. So it's got military applications. That's about it. Or in the event of any kind of a situation where there's a location that maybe has something that's bad for humans, but you could drive one of those through, that'd be about it. And either way, it's remote controlled. It's not automated driving. They have some limited places that on their yard they have sensors all along the side. They would have to have sensors on every interstate all the way down it, every dock, everything. There's no way. And who's going to clean the sensors? So don't get me into that too deep, or let me go down that road anyways. I'll stop myself. I'll back up and we'll get back to this. This is how they were ready for this plane that I'm going to show you. As much as I hate showing propaganda, the next video is RT. We don't like RT. At least I don't like that on this channel. Morning. Good morning. So I'm going to play this real quick and we'll show the audio is off. The other one is hooked up to the audio. So doesn't matter. Watch and see how many trucks they had lined up to rescue those people. This is how it's done right here. You hear about an airplane that's got a problem in Israel. Look at how ready they were. Their readiness level is off the chart. This is a lineup. It's already been taken care of, but this was earlier. It's already been taken care of earlier, and I'm going to show the next one here because I put that on a playlist. This is an emergency landing of a plane with a missing tire. This was RT, and I really don't want to hear what they have to say, which honestly I think some of this was in Russian, but we'll just get to the nitty gritty of it. They were waiting on it for a while, and then it landed, so hold tight. And I believe that someone took that tire. There's just no way you're going to make me believe that as ready as they are, here it comes, as ready as they are for that plane to come in there, you think they don't take care of their planes? They are all over those planes. They don't play. You won't find somebody not pumping up a tire. Sorry, nothing against, anybody that's doing maintenance over here. And I'm sure maybe they're on top of that now too, but landed it with one missing wheel and tire. They said wheel, not just the tire. So there's something to this, because it would have caught on fire if they pulled it up into the belly. It's flat out missing. I think it was removed. I think they wanted to have the same situation. I think that's terrorism. You ain't gonna make me believe anything different. But they were waiting on it. RT reported on it, even though, like I said, it's propaganda from Russia, Russian television. And they even say it on their link. And I will put the link up to this video so you can watch it. I got all the links ready to drop. And then SpaceX also sent off, you should see how many satellites they're going to send off. And they sent 152 people's ashes, dead people, into space with that last one too. But to this right here for a second, because I don't want to get onto another subject before we're done with this one. There's a lot to talk about. See, they had ready, and they had it circling on an outer perimeter to burn off fuel, probably doing fuel dumps also. And then it landed as empty as possible on fuel, had the whole runway to itself, and had all those people. It gets priority. And then I'm sure they probably had everybody outside perimeter flying around too, waiting on them to give them whatever they needed. running the air traffic around it. And so it worked out good, but I think that's sabotage. You're not gonna make me believe any different. How you gonna be missing a whole wheel? So this worked out good. I'm gonna go into something else in just a sec here. Anybody wants to make a comment on this, they can, but I'm just telling you that for them to have that much stuff ready, they take care of the planes and they don't play. It was it don't make no sense. So anyways, I'm gonna get into something else real quick. Okay. Well, I'll leave this video going. I'll put links up to the one that shows that Starlink setup. Can anyone see? Yeah, your comments are seen. Let's see here. Yeah, and Mac and what's going on here? Yeah. Your comments can be seen. So anyways, I'll get into something else real quick while this is playing. All right. So Starlink, okay, is a company that's doing internet. It's going to be $70 a month. It's going to run off of satellites. They've already set up a whole train of them. I want to say it was the second that they've already done the second load. I know for sure they put up something like what was it? They're going up to, at first they were going to do 400, then they're going to do like 780, and then eventually 1,600 satellites, then 2,800, then 12,000, and they're going to encompass the globe. And that's the picture that you saw. They're going to be at different layers at different altitudes. One of them's at about 340 kilometers, then it goes up higher than that. That's the last one, but before that is 1,150 kilometers. And they're going to provide internet for the whole world. That's their plan. And it's Elon Musk's company, SpaceX, that owns it. And they're going to take that money and make billions off of it, with a B, billions, to pay for his trip to Mars thing. However, in the meantime, they sent up to make money. They sent up with it an atomic clock for NASA, a light sail for an independent company, a military satellite, and ashes of 152 dead people into space in capsules. And that company is Celestis Memorial Space Flights. The first video I saw on it, and then I went to a link on a news report, it said $1,500 will get you a ride into space after you die, $1,500. But then they're talking like 1 gram to 7 grams. I don't know how much it'd be. And then they said on another video, it's $5,000 minimum to $12,000. See, I got a comment here. Let's see. What's up? What's up, Joseph? So, hey, glad to hear you're doing good, man. I bet you're recuperating. So, anyways, they're going to charge $70 a month, and here's what it is. It's faster than normal internet. It's going to change the way people trade money on the stock exchanges, because they want to make a trade at the millisecond level if they could, and it would give them an edge over everybody else. And that's what that internet does. So on the one hand, it does provide worldwide internet. On the other hand, it's kind of bougie internet, at least to start with, and then later it'll be cheaper. But $70 a month for satellite internet, and they're all going to cross each other, so you'll never lose signal. And it's supposed to be like hyper fast and so many gigs, a second. I'm not going to quote exact numbers because it may even go up, because everything is like, the first year you've got, say 1 gig of memory on a computer, and then the next year it doubles to 2 gig, then it doubles to 4, then it doubles to 8, then it goes to 16. Same way with this stuff. So let's see. I believe that President Trump has disclosed Space Force because of the treaty between aliens and our technology. It's possible. 5G, you better run. Yeah, well, I was going to talk about that in a different video too. The dumbest thing we did was send up something with a record on it. I'll get into that in a whole nother video. That's going to be a whole nother video, but giving away what we are and our DNA and how we sound and our vulnerabilities on a record, and also putting it up with a nuclear thing where if it hit a planet, they would think of it as a a missile that hit them, and nobody's going to catch it going how many millions of miles an hour. It passed Jupiter and got up speed, even at the speed of light. You're talking it's 40 years away. That thing is it's a shot across the bow to any smart civilization. So let's see here. 5G is no joke. Is using weapon and crowd control. Yeah, they've got a toned down version of one. They've got people that knocked over some of the towers. There's people that are saying that they don't want to give permits for that area. We'll see what happens with that. I'm staying 4G, and then I might just get off of having a phone if I have to. Um, oh man, the power's down on this thing already. They can do what they do. No, I think it's just my phone. So let's see what we got. Slide. Did the electric slide right there. Powered up the power electric, and I got the slide. So from this going into, there's a situation where I don't know if I can even get a video on that, but this was I already talked about the SpaceX thing. Like I said, they're gonna have way too many satellites up there, but this is showing why it's making Starlink. It's going to be kind of like, I wanted to show that here. They've all got lasers on them, and they decided to use it. They would have used they went with Krypton because it was actually cheaper. Or I'm sorry, they went with, let's see, was it they were going to use it, whichever one was cheaper. I want to say that they went with Krypton because it was cheaper, more readily available as another part of it'll show this in a second, and I'll pause it there, as another part of their fuel, and they're using lasers on it. It's got several lasers, and that's just to give internet, but it's sending information via laser. But I think it can also defend itself, if you want to ask me. And they were talking about, this is talking about the time between New York and London, about how fast the internet speed is, and they've got underground or undersea cables to communicate, but there's a problem. It could be a lot faster. So they're going to give them internet speed so they could be trading. People in the U.S. could be trading on the FTSE, which is the FTSE exchange for London, and then they could be trading on the New York Stock Exchange, so it could be more of a global economic community thing. I wish this thing would go past that into this. The satellites are going to be in orbit. They're all going to be linked. They just sent a chain of them, and they could be seen. That's a transmitter phased array. Okay, and they're also going to be getting intel from the ground, a ground-based system that tracks all the objects in space, so they can move to a higher altitude or lower altitude to miss space junk independently. But all of them will have line of sight lasers, and they'll sense each other's position, and it's going to cover everything except for the North Pole like a net. So at different levels too. Like there's going to be about 300 and something of them at the lower level, and then about 1,000 something at the higher level. And then, because the closer they are to Earth, the faster the speed they can give, but it's going to be connected between all of them. And if this picture would go, this is an engineering, a website that also has a YouTube channel for engineering. And I was going to show this, and I was waiting for it to show the net that it showed. Maybe I went too far. But he's going to make it $70 a pop. He's talking like billions. That's what it's going to look like going around the Earth right there. And that's why I wanted to pause on this real quick. Okay, so it's going to be going around except for one big hole. And you're talking like that's the North Pole. They're going to cover the South Pole. It's my understanding they're going to leave the North Pole open. As far as I know, Russia doesn't seem to have a problem with this. They've already launched up, I want to say 60 or 120 of them. I think they're launching them at 60 at a time, and they're also taking other payloads at the same time. They've already launched a train of them. People watched them from the ground and saw them, and they reflected, sunlight, and you can see them, and it looked like a string of pearls. They're all going to be linked up, and they also will have other capabilities. Now I don't know what that is, but my understanding is they're going to be capable satellites. I'm not sure if they're going to do anything for anything like GPS, but they could have like multi roles, I'm sure. Um, Now I'm gonna go into something else real quick because, like I said, this has been bothering me, and I don't know if I'll be able to find a video on it, but I've got a link, and you can go a link to a website, and it has a video of this automated truck. It's not automated; it's remote control. They're lying, and it's demoralizing the truckers. And you don't need to be thinking that somebody can replace you or that you're replaceable. They even admitted that for the complex maneuvers, they had to use a steering wheel. Then I guess they let it go, but they were feeding it GPS and intel with trucks driving behind it, 3 or 4 of them, plus a state patrol. They had a couple of state patrols there, and it's a California company, but the only place they could test it at was the Florida Turnpike. So you tell me it's a smooth, perfect road. In case you don't know, I appreciate the thumbs up. Let me try to find this real quick because automated. I could show you the website. You know what I could do? Here's what I could do is actually try to find it on the internet. That would be the smartest way to go because I don't know that it's got anything on YouTube, but they had a video on the internet. And this is going to be take me just a second here. I hope everybody's doing good. Hope you don't have satellites flying over your head. Let's see here. See, automated truck Florida. That's what I'm just going to Google this, but I've got a link to it, but I can't find it on this device. So, but the guy drove it there and then gets out of the cab. So that shows you that they won't allow it on the road without the whole situation, and it's remote being driven. I think it's just for military applications. I think they're if that's as good as they've got, I'm just not impressed. I'm really not. Let's see, new window. Oh, it's not doing what I want it to do. Okay, there we go. Okay, and this is by the Sun Sentinel. Driverless big rigs could be hitting Florida highways next year. That's not even close. They're making money off the government by having research grants, and they have to show a little something. And they still, the best they could do was put it out there on the road and have a bunch of cars around it to tell it how to drive straight. But all the complex maneuvers, they were done by a dude with a steering wheel, and it's just like flying a drone. It's just like flying a drone. So the only application for that would be in a war zone. That's all. That's it, and that's all. Let's see. Fox 13 News, was that the one? Um, this is on Wired. I want to say that it was. I'll try the Wired one because I got one from, I think it was Fox 13 or something. Let's see what we can do. We will find the link. I just tapped on that one. Because I'm tethered to another device, it may take a second. Let's see if it'll even show it, turn it this way, but it's Starsky Robotics. No, it's going to take a second. Here's what I'll do. Starsky Robotics truck takes its first human-free trip. However, there was a human driving a steering wheel. They're lying, right? This is lies, people. This is propaganda. So, like I said, I didn't even want to show this. See if I can get a better link or setup. See if it'll go there. It's slow. Having it tethered in, doing this. Maybe 2 windows is too many. Maybe that thing's too slow. We'll try it on this one. No worries. And there may even be a video. I'll check out Starsky. It's bringing it up now. So bear with me, people. There's no reason for you to worry though about your job if you drive a truck. Like I said, this is just propaganda for them to continue to get government grant research money, and the only application would be for them to drive it into a war zone or to drive it into a place that's been radiated or something that people can't go through. Let's see, Starsky. Um, Autonomous. But they've got, I mean, there's drivers that are worried about their jobs over this crap. Um, so that was a year ago. That was a month ago. This is their actual thing. 5 days ago, 12,000 views. We'll put it up and see if they show the truth of what they actually did. Oh, this is good. This is good. They can't get away from this. Check this out. I got this. Okay, yeah, let's stop it right there. This is perfect. This is on YouTube, and it's Starsky Robotics' own video. The good thing about it is they didn't cut the guy getting out of the cab, and they're not going to be able to cut the guy with the steering wheel either if it's on that video. Check this out. Check out how they're lying to us, people. You want to call this automated? This is about, like, to me, this is about, like, you know how they have the remote control cars? They had a radio, right? However, the radio controlled cars, okay, were a lot cooler than the cars that you had to walk behind with a wire trailing behind it, right? Because you wanted a radio controlled car to be a radio controlled car. You don't have to walk with it everywhere it goes, right? Let's see what we can't do about this. It should be able to pick up on it once it shows more light. There we go. This is an overview. I'll give you the audio. Driver gets out of the truck. You call that automated? I don't. Yeah, oh, it's good to go now. Steering wheel. No, hold on. We like this video. Check this out. He gets out of the truck, gives a thumbs up. Now you're good to control it with what? Fisher Price. What the hell is that for automated? Riddle me this one, people. I challenge anyone to explain to me. I'll tell you why. Probably because State Patrol says, no, somebody's got to get the ticket if you wreck. Somebody's got to be responsible if there's a problem, and you're not putting a self-driving truck on the road to ask people what you thought about it and all this. Dude's got a steering wheel. It's a drone, people. There is a military application for this. I'm glad they're doing the research on it, but they can kiss my ass on making me feel like I'm going to be replaced by a truck that this is what they're doing. They get the research money, the grant money. This is what they're doing. Why wouldn't they let them on the road without the steering wheel? All them trucks around it. Look at how many service vehicles are around it, feeding it intel. This is a lie. They're perpetuating a lie, and I'm not going to let them lie to my people. I'm going to show you. Your truckers, stand up, hold your head up high, and know that there's no way in hell that they're ever going to go down to the end dock, and if there's somebody in 27, put it in 28, but if there's not, we'll send you across town. And oh, by the way, don't hit the little kid running after the ball or the deer with the mama jumping in it. You know, the road looks clear, but what's next is the bouncing tire that you see that a computer says, oh, no, the lane's clear. There's no way that those sensors are going to not get covered up with bugs. We have to stop all the time to clean our windshields. People wake up. Please don't believe this. I got people this is a religion at this point. If you think that bullshit right there is going to replace you, that's a driver. How much they going to pay him to sit there, right? This is a drone. It is a remotely controlled drone. It's not an automated truck. And if you want to talk about, oh, well, AI one day, AI is automated. AI is, man, it's intelligence that grows on its own. So I'm still thinking automated. It's not this. Okay. So, it's not autonomous. It's not on its own. And this is some Fisher Price looking shit to me, and I'm not impressed with it. Go on back and play with your truck in California, because they won't even let you test it out there. They had to sweep the road when they delivered that load of beer, by the way, the Budweiser load. And even then, this truck only moved 10 miles is the best they can do. So It's just another company getting research money. It could be millions and millions, doesn't matter. How are you going to haul freight that only pays $1 something a mile with $1 million truck? So here we go, and the sensors get covered up. We'll play it. I'll play it. I'll let them have the little thing, but I want you to see the little fake little steering wheel. Okay, yeah, he's been playing Xbox too long. Starsky, that's the truck. He drives it out of a spot that's got a planted vehicle here, planted vehicle there, planted vehicle there.
Pulling up to the stop sign.
Pulling up to the stop sign. You go, Fisher Price dude. Ooh, he made a left curve. That's not backing a truck either. Back one up, dude, and then come back and give me a call. I'm gonna turn this down. Even the they don't even deserve my bass.
I'm keeping on now.
It's propaganda. Turn it to the front. It don't even deserve this music. So they're taking their money and they're trying to show you and say that they drove with other people. They had a couple of planted cars. They said, oh, didn't notice. No, they had all these service cars all driving around them, feeding them GPS, because you lose GPS every freaking 5 minutes in an 18-wheeler, and we know it. Will never be enough GPS to... Planted car 1, 2, 3, 5. They let a few through. He's got a state patrol riding in front, a state patrol parked on the side that comes up over here on the side, and he passes the state patrol in the grass. There's another one behind him. Those are all service trucks behind him. Oh, I wish I could pause it at that point, but it was such a short piece of video. They got it up to 55 miles an hour. See them trucks behind him? Being fed intel, and the dude's got a steering wheel. I'm sorry, but that thing is remote driven. And they want to say that it was just for the, what do they say, the technical maneuvers? Yeah, look at that. Look at the steering wheel. That's not automated. That's remote controlled. That's a religion if you believe that that's going to... Oh, and they put a driver in it. Why do they need a driver in it? Why does a driver have to take over? How did it get there in the first place? So, anybody wants to talk about that? Me and Kid are going to do a video on all of the reasons that it's a lie. It's a psyop. They're trying to change your mind and make you feel like you're not wanted, so you'll expect some lower pay and whatever and be looking for something else and be nervous all the time and have, like, you know, I don't know, demoralization. They're messing with your morale, okay? And it's a psyop. Don't believe it. Don't buy it. There's a lot more I could go into. Still haven't got to the bottom of why they lost GPS in Israel, but they're hacking all the time. And what would happen when they hack that truck? Really, because if you can remotely drive it, you can remotely take it over. That's how it is. So they want to talk about a driverless truck. They're gonna put millions into it, and it's just not true. Speed record for unmanned truck. Those are not unmanned. So this is the one that everybody's touting that is actually driving by sensors.
It's designed to be safe.
We'll give them this.
And totally predictable.
But the problem is,
down to the cost savings. Nothing similar to what you've seen from us.
Problem is, this is...
It's impossible to drive.
It's something that is programmed to drive around a yard situation and hustle.
This is Vera, an autonomous vehicle.
It's not exactly
Vera is part of a large
autonomous vehicle. It can't drive from point A to point B.
In highly repetitive,
short distance
with large volumes of goods, such as ports, factory areas, and logistic megacenters.
Ports and factory areas. We have automated trains.
The autonomous
Same thing.
Electric vehicles operate together in a network and are connected
You see how
to a
slow they drive?
service and management center.
Like a yard, like a rail yard, until they beat it up or hit it wrong, and then it'd be sitting parked in the corner of the parking lot. It's broke again.
We are now presenting a highly effective system for moving goods 24/7.
It hooked. Now who's going to do the landing gear? A person.
The pace of society and increasing global trade is placing high demands on efficient and sustainable transport solutions. E-commerce is growing fast, and we have a widespread shortage of truck drivers.
There's not a shortage of truck
Autonomous,
drivers.
electric,
You're just
and
treating
safer
people like
vehicles
crap.
have a
So
great
is a
role
high
to play.
turnover rate. But they're going somewhere
Our
else.
autonomous solutions open up for
So
new
nothing against
possibilities.
this one
It's
because
exciting to know that
it's
the
just
full
like buying a yard
potential
dog.
of the transport industry is yet
Nothing
to
wrong
be
with this.
seen.
Okay. But that road, you see how it's taking up 2 lanes? It's because it's a private piece. So volvotrucks.com/Vera, VERA. All right. Other than that, if anybody got anything they want to say, I could just leave it there so it'll have a view. And I'll check the comments and I'm going to have the rest of the cigar. I'm going to get out of here. I hope everybody's doing good. Like I said, they had a issue with a plane and they're still lying to us about everything. It's continuous. And as far as the attacks on the internet go, all the ones I've seen, it's almost like they're trying to take down Ireland from the UK. They know about that. They know what they're doing. And it's not right. Eventually, here's my question. Who is going to be the first to cause problems to Starlink internet? And them knowing that financial markets use it, how's that going to work? You know what I mean? I don't know what would... I don't know. That's just an open question. Because everything is being hacked. China's trying to hack all of our knowledge about anything, proprietary knowledge, and take over our stuff. You know, they've got all of our stuff from all of our nuclear stuff, everything. They've got it all. They just took over and took all of our phone data and everything else too. And so they're constantly trying to steal stuff. They have 10,000 people in the People's Liberation Army that constantly sit behind computers and try to hack other countries. Iran, I think, has 100,000. If I'm not mistaken, they said that was the number. I don't know how many Russia has. I don't know how many we have. Can't be many. And at some point, they're going to have to close up all the holes in Windows programming, whether they like it or not, to make it all safer. The guy from, I will put up a TEDx video. The guy from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, he was I want to say it was the blonde haired guy. It wasn't Keanu Reeves, or what was the other guy? Wasn't he in there? Anyways, it was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Those two guys. One of them was an actor. He did a really intelligent TED speech on why we should have dark web and why people on there are actually for open and free internet. And he was saying, yeah, they found some bad things on it or whatever, and it was a big deal a while back, but that he believed that dark web, I don't know what's going on out there, we'll roll down the window on the other side, that dark web is actually a good thing, because they wanted to have a freedom to buy and sell goods on the dark web without worry of, how can I say this, other people having all their intel, all their information. And I'll turn that back on for a sec here. Actually, I think there was another link that I wanted to put up, but I'll put up all the links that I can. And Mike Morales just put up the 16-day forecast for anybody who wants the forecast. I put a link up to it in my playlist, 16-day forecast. Let's see here. I had another link also. So just putting it all together. Let's see. That was Starlink. So yeah, so we're going to have a lot more satellites in space. It's going to be kind of crowded. Give a pretty decent pic of that. And anybody wants to say anything, let me know. I'll be checking Twitter later for some deeper news here. I wanted to roll down my window. Like I said, they started getting loud. That was kind of crazy. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So hope you don't park there. Anyways, so yeah, I'll be checking Twitter later and checking for some news that's more breaking news. I'm sure there's a lot more going on. There's always something popping off somewhere, but I thought it was important to show about the airplane and that so-called AI mess. That I'm not AI. I'm sorry. It's not even AI. It's not artificial intelligence. We're talking about automated driverless trucks. None of them are automated driverless trucks. Every single one of them takes so much intel from someone else, they're basically driving it. And that guy even had a steering wheel. So even if they get to the point where they could drive it from point A to point B, no one's going to let them on the road. They actually, as a matter of fact, too, there was an automated driving Tesla that was running by GPS, and it's my understanding it was a Tesla. They quit making that car because it killed that last guy in it. So let's see here. And 5G better run. 5G is no joke. Yeah, that's the last comment I got. So like I said, there's they had that automated or self-driving car, and that guy died in it. One guy died watching a movie. I think that may have been the same guy, or it might have been another death. And that's the end of that. They quit making that car. You can't buy it anymore. So if it's such a great thing, they can't even do it in a car, much less a combination vehicle with a fifth wheel that has a crack the whip effect that can get blown over in the wind. You can't counter steer. You wouldn't be able to clean all the sensors. One sensor gets dirty or a bug hits it and you're off grid, off the road probably. Yeah, the whole thing is a sham. I can assure you it would have look, they don't even have completely automated airplanes that don't have someone involved with its flight. It's my understanding if they do that, still though there's no traffic. There is air traffic, but none they can't maneuver around or can't. You just hit a wing flap, an aileron, and you're moved. A truck, we are in tight tolerances, in narrow roads, poles sticking out, everything else stuff we can see ahead of time, and an automated computer could not. There is no such thing as automated trucking, and there never will be. I'll put that on $100 bill, because at that point I'll need to find another job, and I'm not worried about that, because even when they have it, it will not be a fully automated truck. They'll have it move from one place to another in short distances. It will never be able to be on the rough highways. The cylinder that would move the steering wheel right to left would be worn out in 50 to 100 miles. The servo running it, there's no way. And then here's the thing. The whole reason for using this kind of internet right here is to have faster speeds, right? So let's talk trucking for just a second, and then I'll get off this thing. And you bring this to anybody that's got control over automated vehicles. Listen carefully. Truckers are tested all the time on paper tests about knowledge of braking distances. You have the perception distance, okay, how far you are away. These are talking about delays, talking about lag, right, in the time it takes you to stop a truck. There are delays. One is the perception of the event. One is the reaction time it takes for you to put your foot on the brake pedal. Then there's also the braking distance. Add to that satellite uplink lag time. And you tell me, if you have no GPS and no internet connection, even for a second, and that truck should be stopping because there's a vehicle in front of it, okay? There's a backup up ahead that really, at highway speed, we need CB radios to help us to know ahead of time so we can start slowing down way ahead of time, okay? Or to get off and take an alternate route, which that truck won't be able to take. But let's just get to this for just a second. Just on brake lag alone, you're adding a danger to the road that could go up to 20 minutes more of brake lag time, simply because there will be no uplink. Or if a sensor has a bug on it, you'll lose braking distance altogether. Remedy that. And I'm not talking a piece of plexiglass in front of the sensor because it could get a bug on it too. Remedy that. Tell me that you've got brake lag figured out, that you won't crush that carload of family of however many or busload of kids. And we'll talk all day long about how wonderful your automated truck is. That's all I got for you. But you can see the satellites. That's going to be the web. All the internet in the world can't fix reaction time. Stopping an 18-wheeler. Anybody want to say anything, y'all go ahead. Me and Kid are going to tear a hole in any theory or thought or any propaganda that they've got that's demoralizing to truck drivers, that makes them think even for a split second they might be replaced one day by an automated truck. It will never happen. It won't pass muster. You can get them to roll call, but they won't be able to stand their ground. That's all there is to it. Anybody want to say anything? Make a comment below. If you are in charge of any type of intel for this, I can show you the 100 things that you will not be able to pass. It won't pass muster. So they ought to be ashamed of themselves in a way for taking government money and then going out there with this propaganda mess. But at the same time, it does have an application on the battlefield. If you had needed a tanker full of fuel at a certain location and it's dangerous for the driver to be shot, there's nothing wrong, or there may be roadside bombs you don't know about, put it in that. Tell us all about that. Talk to one of the military contractors. Don't talk trucking. Because for real, it's demoralizing to the truck driver. It makes them want to go ahead and find another job now thinking they're going to be replaced. And I'm urging people not to do that because they're lying to you. Just keep making money. Keep trucking, people. I'm going to get off this thing since we got the strong silent type in the room. Nobody wants to make a comment no more, I guess. And let's see here. Yep, Joseph. I hope you're doing good, Joseph. I hope you're getting better, brother. I know you got stuff going on. And everybody, thank you for showing up. And yeah, hell, we see you in Mac Loves Life and Trucker Frenchie and Red. Trucker Frenchie and Red, I might need some church, and we talked about that. Y'all have a good one, okay? And hold your head up high. I know you're a trucker, and that the human brain has been proven to make that they can't even put limitations on it, because when they put a limitation on it, it breaks that limitation. And there's no computer that can make judgment calls and process as much information at one time about driving a vehicle and what it should do next. Not to say that people always make the best decision, but I can show you an old training video where they showed that you should take a ditch rather than hit a busload of kids and that kind of stuff. The AI truck is going to try to stop in its lane. It's not going to try to take a ditch. Do you understand what I'm saying? People can't even see the ditch or see what it's going to do to the truck. I'll put up that old training video. You might dig it. Back then was before they had sleepers. They had a bunkhouse. I was going to talk about that. I'll just drop it on this one. Y'all have a good one. Have a good day. And I'm out. Anybody's got a comment that they think they can make that's intelligent on independently driving trucks, okay, automated trucks, put it in the comment below. I welcome it. I dare you to start it, okay? Set it off. I'll make you look real dumb real quick. Y'all have a good one, and I'm out. Peace.